Director of Baseball Operations and Coach, Adam Virant, over here at the Savannah Bananas. Adam, you guys have gone, I mean, you're already big, but it's hard to explain to people just how big this banana ball phenomenon has gotten. It is crazy. Do you even understand how you guys have gotten so far?
Every day I come to the ballpark or we go to a new city, I'm in awe at the outpouring of joy and happiness and smiles that every city brings us. And I've been around since the One City World Tour in Mobile, where we were hoping that 4,000 people would show up. And we just came off of a sold out crowd in Washington, D.C., 42,000 strong.
I know, that's crazy. The excitement that is following this sport, it's really hard to describe for somebody who's never experienced it before. So for somebody who's never been to one of your games, describe what they can enjoy here when they come to a game.
There's something for everybody. There really is. It's you nailed it. It's for the family. And we're bringing families back to the ballpark. And so, you know, if there's a daughter who doesn't like baseball, she's going to love the Taylor Swift and the singing and the dancing and the players doing their antics. If there's diehard baseball fans, we have some of the greatest baseball players on the planet doing things they've never seen before. And there's always something for mom and dad. More importantly, those moms and dads are going to see smiles on those kids' faces. So it's part circus, part rock show, part kind of Saturday Night Live skits, but a lot of great baseball.
Who comes up with some of these ideas? I mean, where do they come from?
Everybody involved, from the baseball side to the entertainment side, chips in to come up with all the entertainment. So for instance, every Tuesday, the players have what is called an OTT meeting. It's over-the-top meeting, where they propose different types of walk-ups or run celebrations or different types of grand walk-ups, whatever it may be. So the players, if they're invested into it, if they want to do these things, they're going to nail it. And then we have a fantastic entertainment team run by Zach Frangelo, Carrie Heater, Yvonne Trezak, who come up with all these kind of long-form skits to really bring the show all together. So you have about 30, 40 people coming up with all the different antics. And of course, Jesse Mr. Yellow Tux comes up with a lot of great ideas. And so it's an overall team effort.
Are there any ideas that you guys said, no, we just can't do it? Anything too crazy you've said,
Oh yeah.
Not gonna work?
Lots.
Mr. Yellow Tux, aka Jesse Cole, is actually the top banana here. He invented Banana Ball, which includes the firefighters team and the party animals.
Well, you have a new mascot. Well, the party animals, Farty. Who came up with that one? Was that Jesse?
That's 100% Jesse. He is so proud of it. I remember getting a phone call from Jesse one night, and he's like, "I got it, Viro. Farty." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, come again?" And he's like, "Farty, mascot for the party animals. His farts will smell like cupcakes. The kids are gonna love it. Everybody's gonna love it." 100% Jesse's responsibility for coming up with Farty.
Where do you see this team or Banana Ball going next? I mean, where do you think you could go?
You know, so far we've gone to everywhere we want to go. Mm-hmm. Jesse had a long-term vision to play in Major League stadiums. I think we're ahead of pace on that right now. We need to play in larger stadiums. The reason is we have about 2.7 million people on our wait list to get tickets. That's a real number. And so every city that we go to, there's about 100,000 people who are left outside to not get in for, with a seat. So we need to play larger stadiums. So I think that is what we have our sights on going forward. We would like to add some more teams because we just added the firefighters, and that has gone off fantastically. People rally around the firefighters. I mean, what's not to love about firefighters? So we want to add some more teams, I think, down the road, but certainly playing in larger stadiums, coming to new cities to really make an impact on those communities.
What do you think that says about the demand for entertainment in this country? What do you think people are looking for that they may not be getting?
I think it says that people are really looking for positive, good, wholesome entertainment at the ballpark, right? Minor leagues for years has been putting on great entertainment to draw fans in, but that entertainment was outside of the game. It wasn't meshed with the game. So I think what it's telling the world is, hey, we want to come back to the ballpark, but we want a reason to come and stay. Also, we're breaking down the barrier between the player and fans also. So that connection, that engagement, absolutely. I think I think that is one of the biggest things for us is creating those fans and making those connections with the fans. And so
And having fun.
And having fun. Regardless who wins the game, the players take it harder than the fans. We're able to go sign autographs with those fans after the games, and there's so many smiles, there's so much joy, there's so much, just gratitude that flows. And so, yeah, I think the world really needs what we're bringing into these cities.
It needs banana ball?
I think so.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world. Tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged.
Okay, you heard the announcer. This is where the most entertaining players are forged. And this is Banana Ball. So we caught up with the director of operations to find out more about these very unique athletes.
The players that you guys have, like the guy, Dakota, Stilts, where do you find players like them who have other talents? I mean, the world's tallest baseball player, I mean, where did that come from?
We got lucky with him.
Yeah.
4 years ago, Stilts came to a tryout right here in Grayson Stadium. I was running that tryout, and he came and said...
Was it on his resume, like I'm on Stilts, or how did you know he had this skill?
I don't know if Dakota has an official resume. I would opt to that he doesn't. But he showed up to tryouts and said, hey, Coach, I ride a unicycle, and I can hit and throw on stilts. And of course, at that time, I was like, yeah, whatever, kid, sure. Tryout proceeded, and he's like, is it time for me to get on my stilts? And I'm like, sure, go ahead. He got on the stilts, walked on that field, and the entire tryout stopped. We were just in awe. And that carries through whenever we go to every single city, the tour just stops, the game stops.
And from there, Adam Virant says the rest is Banana Ball history. A history full of zaniness from players like Stilts, Dakota Albritton, who hails from Ellaville, Georgia, which is near Americus.
Where did you get this skill from? Where did all this get started?
As a kid, I always had weird talents. Just anything that had to do with balance, coordination, or anything like that, I normally picked up on it.
Yeah.
And ran with it, And I was 10 years old. I got a pair of stilts for Christmas. Just a crazy Christmas present. And I jumped on them, came completely natural to me, and I ran across my yard, and then I put them up for 10 whole years. I didn't do anything with them. And then I brought them out in 2021 at the tryouts, and that was the first time I walked on them in 10 years.
Oh my gosh, so you thought, okay, I'm just gonna give this a shot with my stilts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've always been a baseball player. I had never had issues hitting or pitching, hitting my spots with the ball, and I figured why not try it on stilts.
How hard is it to throw a ball or hit a ball on stilts? I mean, I know you said it comes natural to you, but really, I mean...
It does. I've yet to figure out how to really explain it to somebody, but like on my 2 feet, like I said, I've never struggled hitting the ball and throwing the ball to where I needed it to go, and I just added some feet to it, and it's just a little bit different, but it all kind of works together, I guess.
How would you describe the success of Banana Ball? How do you tell your friends and family about this phenomenon?
It is a bunch of guys out here having fun. Literally, that's all it is. We got lucky enough to be able to be somewhere where we can be ourselves and play the game we've always loved, and it's just we're lucky enough to call it our full-time job.
And what would you like to say to your fans?
I love you.
And speaking of having fun, we can't forget this guy right here, Alex Ziggy Ziegler, better known as the Bat Trickster.
So the bouncing stuff, I started doing this stuff when I was 12 years old, because my dad was my baseball coach growing up, and he was always bouncing a baseball bat on his nose. I'm like, Dad, why do you do that?
Excuse me, your dad was doing that?
Yeah, always had a baseball bat on his nose. I'm like, Dad, why do you do that? He said, try it out.
He's the original trickster.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's where I learned most of the tricks. Yeah. And I started doing it when I was 12, and then once I got into high school, I started doing weird stuff like dollar bills, pencils, staplers, and everyone just kind of like made fun of me. And I was like, you know what, you try it. And they try it, they'd fall right off. They're like, how do you do that? I was like, I spent a lot of time in my basement doing that.
And I guess you had no idea that one day you'd be doing this out on a professional field and entertaining thousands of people.
I didn't think so. You know, my original goal was to be a professional baseball player, and then I also want to be in entertainment. That's kind of why I like posted all my tricks on social media, because I always wanted to do that. And then playing for the Bananas, it put me right in my element. I love it. I like making kids smile and stuff like that, and they like trying it too, and I like teaching them too.
What's the hardest trick that you do?
Probably like, I mean, some of the bouncing things, like pencils and Sharpies like that, if there's a little bit of wind, that throws me off, but like, I still try, you know, and I usually get it down, but like, I still make mistakes. I'm human still.
And I heard you have some world records as well. What are the world records for?
I did a baseball bat on my nose for an hour and a half, and that was my most impressive one. I just put in some AirPods, I sat in a stool so I could still move around, and I just listened to a movie, and that was it. I did that when I was 26.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you have another world record?
Oh yeah, I did a baseball hat on my nose for 15 minutes and 30 seconds. World's longest cornhole shot frontwards and backwards. Several unwritten records too, dart throws, crazy trick shots.
Are there any challengers out there to your special skill set with the world records that you have? Or are people trying to topple you from these titles?
I don't think they could do it.
You're the challenge right
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I dare you.
Bring it on, bring it on. If you break it, then I'll break it.
Why do you think that banana ball is so popular?
I mean, because these are the best guys ever. You know, they're the smartest, the funnest people, the most talented people in the world. You know, being in Banana Land, it's crazy. And everyone says, like, how's your teammates doing? It's like, they're not my teammates, they're my family. They're my brothers. I'm just following my heart, you know, because I'm just doing all these goofy tricks and I never stop doing it. That's what makes me happy. It makes my parents super happy. Very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you
and
so
it was
much.
great meeting
Yeah,
you.
very,
And I
very
can't
nice
wait
to
to
meet you
see
too.
you out there during the games.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.